Hello, Goddess, and welcome to this week's Super Sign Sunday. My name is Rochelle Richard, and this is my channel, Empowerment Experiences, where we are healing twin flames. We're looking for and finding our power all along this, which is our self-love empowerment journey. And that is what a twin flame journey is. For those who might be new to my channel, you will hear me say that over and over and over because 'tis true. This journey is about you reconnecting with you, because you can't really truly connect with your counterpart who is you if you're not connected with you. It's so true. I just had to put that in there too. Oh, there's just all sorts of rhymes coming out right now. It is a relaxing Saturday, and quite honestly, I'm like, I want to go, before I watch a movie, I want to go and hear, what the current energies are. I would really like to allow myself to be in this space to welcome in more about our counterparts during these messages, especially since those in the collective who resonate with my messages and such, your counterpart is, well, distant per se in the physical realm. And there might be open communication lines, but there's really no communication happening, right? But all of that is, I promise you, sister, all of that's being triggered inside of you is to help you heal it. And that's why it had to be so intense. It has to be so intense. Because that's when we finally change something, is when we get tired of it. We get tired of the suffering. And we finally make that change. And this is what brings about that space of peace and calm that you've been experiencing, because you finally have let go of some of the shit that you thought you needed to hold on to. And a lot of it may even be subconscious. You may not even realize some of the things that you have let go of that have ushered in this, again, this space you've been in this past week of calm, of peace. Yeah, you may be still experiencing some emotional turbulence here and there, residue. But for the most part, you can shift into that moment and just let go. This is good. This is good, Goddess, because this is what's so very much going to alleviate this resistance, this tension in you, and thus in the connection. I just am noticing right here, right now, I have a poster up here. It's a long, skinny one, and it just all of a sudden pulled me in on the words, a happy ending. It's the statement that says, write yourself a happy ending. Goddess, this is what you've been letting go of, are the parts of you that have been trying to keep you playing small, keep you from dreaming big. No matter what the world looks like right now, it is temporary. And I have to keep telling myself this over and over. And this is why, even for me, I am taking way more days of just I feel, some would say lazy. There's a part of me that's like, and I look at that and I'm like, that's normally not me. Of course, for me, normally I'm working on my passion all day long, like into the wee hours. You know, that's how it happened. And then now it's just been, although I do like to kind of say it partly has to do with a lot of the humidity right now out here in the desert in the Phoenix Valley. But then again, I know for the most part it is everything that is changing, this transformation that's underway, you know. And when you feel that calm and that peace, that again means you have let go of some of the things that you were resisting letting go of to allow for this transformation to take place, to allow for yourself to envision a happy ending, to write yourself a happy ending, to allow yourself to create for yourself a happy ending, with the recognition, of course, that it never really actually ends. But what is implied by this happy ending, obviously, is any and every manifestation that you desire. Dear sweet goddess, be that your physical harmonious union with your counterpart, I would love to have a converted school bus, or, you know, an Airstream, something like that. You know, I really like these schoolies, though. I really like these. Or traveling the world like a normal human being again. You know, any of these things. You want, you know, to have a professional photo shoot for an afternoon, or, you know, whatever it is for you. You can write this for yourself. You are the creator here. And that's a big lesson that we are here to recognize. That's what this is, to harness energy here. That is this Earth School of harnessing energy, of awakening to remembering who and what we truly are and the power that we truly possess. And that is to create our realities, to impact and influence the reality that we are creating. Yeah. Oh, hello. Well, and that is what you're going to feel more of, a little more balance, which is what is going to, again, allow yourself to breathe and receive the vision of what you desire, to allow yourself to step into that, because you're not being weighed down. You're not giving so much of your attention to what you do not want. It is time that you're focusing on what you do want. And even if that means, again, Goddess, if that means that you take some time, and I can definitely, again, see this in myself, is that you take some time, instead of focusing on things that are not going how you want them to go, and yet you aren't quite feeling in the flow of focusing on the things within that, whatever, like in your business or at your job, in your family, with your connection, anything that isn't quite going how you would like it to be going, and you can't quite fully pivot the story, right, and change how you're looking at it, then you just get off the subject completely to allow for this old story to fall away. And that's, again, where you're at, Goddess, with this peace and this calm that you've been experiencing lately, is because you are, again, letting go of these things that have been weighing you down. You've been letting go more and more through recognizing, through discernment here, that you don't have power over that. You certainly don't have power over your counterpart. And every single moment that you choose to focus on your counterpart and be in despair, be in suffering, is another minute more that you deprive yourself of joy. Oh, you know, even within our connection, this is why I use one of our photos from Goa, from our trip, for creating my affirmations. There's still times when my ego wants to be like, oh, and I'm just like, you know, there's so much in that photo for me. There's so much beauty, so much good, so much amazing, so much mind-blowing in that photo there, that it feels incredible. And so that's definitely the energy I want behind my affirmations. But dear Goddess, that's the thing, is instead of focusing on what isn't working or how your twin isn't communicating, start writing the story that you want. This is in that calm space. You're letting go of not having that control there and saying, wait a minute, I actually am the one that has control over how I feel. So how can I actually begin to tell a story that feels good? How does it feel good for me? What feels good for me to feel? For me, it feels good to allow myself to love my counterpart, to reminisce on all the amazing things and just be in that bliss, in that feel good space that it was. Because otherwise, if you're choosing to go to a space that doesn't feel so good in your connection, that's what you're amplifying. And the same goes to any area of your life. This again, it's time for that balance. Things are coming into balance where you are now finally feeling as though you have a little bit more power over yourself to pivot. Or if not, to at least get the fuck off the subject. And like I said, go watch a movie. For me, it's, watching these apocalyptic movies again that I really do love, which is, allows for that healing time, allows for that restoration time, right? Rest is in the word restore, right? And to heal is to restore, right? To restore. And there is so much healing that is happening. And again, as you let go, as you're letting go of all of that heaviness that you were carrying, and again are feeling this calm, that is when that wound reaches the space where you look at it, or if you bump it against something, it doesn't scream, it doesn't hurt. So it doesn't hurt anymore. It's more the psychosomatic response of it, of going, oh, and you're just like, oh, that doesn't hurt anymore, right? Because the wounds are healing. Again, balance is here. Allow for it. Allow for it. Right? That's how you are your own best friend. Because, dear sweet Goddess, you have been your own worst enemy long enough. And that's again what this calm, this peaceful space is allowing for you to see, is that all of that you were holding on to, that you've been trying to control, that you didn't have power to control, that you were doing it to yourself. You were not really being a very good friend. You were trying to convince yourself that you could change something or affect something that already happened, or really truly control someone else's direct thoughts and actions, and you can't. You can only choose how you respond. You can only choose your energetic point of attraction, which again, yes, does influence and impact what you receive from them, but you don't actually have total control over someone else or even something else, anything else outside of you. You only can have control over you. And that's what it is to really truly be your own best friend, to put your needs first, to recognize what makes you happy. Again, happy ending, a happy journey. Because like I've said, we don't get it done. It's never ending. But a happy journey. Write yourself a happy journey. I might need to change that word there. Change it on my actual poster there to say a happy journey. Write yourself a happy journey. Right before it says share the joy. Right? So you, dear sweet Goddess, the one bestest friend. Isn't it incredible how we have our best friend, but we never really recognize that the one and only true best friend you could really only ever have is yourself. Because I'm betting the same for you as for me, that I don't have a single one person in my life that has been with me every single moment of my life except for me. So who does that make your best friend to be? Right? There's just many gems today. Let me, all right. Oh, okay. And I was going to say I need a drink here of water. Looky here. Wow. Being your own best friend, right? Ground yourself, giving yourself what you need. You know, that is, again, to maintain this balance and this calm and this peace, is to continue with the awareness of where your power lies, and that is to be grounding yourself, to be allowing yourself to receive the support from the physical realm, support from the spiritual realm. And again, write yourself a happy journey. Allow yourself to create the vision that you desire, Goddess. Okay? That's what's happening now. And I know I've mentioned it before about creating this vision for yourself. However, I know that we do get caught up in these block spaces where, again, we start to create a vision and then we start to tell ourselves that we can't have that for whatever reason. Well, look at how far you've come. Look at all the shit that you just let go of. And now see, as you anchor into this pivot, as you anchor into getting excited and starting to really feel good about your journey, because you're writing yourself a happy journey, you're learning to maintain better balance as a result of, you know, such massive healing, and you being able to recognize that contrast, to see that in this rebirth, you are the one with the power to create your life that you desire, to tell the story of how you want it to be, rather than how it's been or how it is, and so it continues to be. I get it, Goddess. That's why I said, even if it means to just get off the subject. This is why right now I am grateful for YouTube, for apocalyptic movies on YouTube, okay? Because that's been my distraction right now, to get my mind off the subjects of things that I have been on the subject of from a less than empowering perspective, from a perspective that has me in a space of control, trying to control those circumstances. You know, believe me, I'm wanting my counterpart and I to, you know, to have certain experiences and things, but it's out of my control. Yet my ego wants to sit there and try to control it more, and that is what creates that suffering. Or certain aspects, even in my business or in my life, any little thing that is triggering, that's like, oh, that's not how I want it to be, and it's not working right, and you're focusing on it not working right, that's what's going to perpetuate that. So again, that's like I said, it's letting go of all of that that isn't working for you. Trying to control things in your experience that you don't have control over. This is, again, what finally this peace and balance is you're getting better and better at recognizing where your power is and is not, right? So with that, as we are, you know, again, writing a happy journey for each our own selves, right, Goddess? I mean, really allow yourself. You know, because right now it is coming together. It is coming together. Take some time for just a really peaceful meditation. You know, put on some frequency music and, zone out for a minute. Set the intention before you do that you are open to receive any inspired thoughts, any inspired messages. That's what I recognize that I bring forth, because I'm weird about channeling, in the sense of I'm a sovereign being, and I prefer to maintain my connection with source. Thank you. I know what it is to have been brainwashed and kind of zombified, for a bit of my life. I get this. But it's recognizing that I receive inspired messages. That's what it is that it is. It's inspired thoughts, inspired messages, my own intuition going boom, 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 boom. All right. So yes, they are intuitive readings, but they're, again, not much. Yeah. And it was recognizing that even my divine masculine, inspired messages, my divine feminine inspired message, that's what they are. And it's really allowing yourself to have that clarity. That's what getting into this balanced state does, is it allows for such profound clarity with things, to go, oh, so that's why I did that, or that's why I'm grateful I did that. Whatever it is, it's being able to, again, allow for that flow. All right, allow for things to shift and be divinely guided, because they are. It is divinely guided. And right now, you're also with this balance and this healing and this practicing being your own best friend more. You are also receiving the support of your soul tribe. That's exactly what this is. It's more and more of your soul tribe is going to come to you as you do the work on yourself, as you, again, release the things that are weighing you down and in turn lowering your vibration. And as you go through this journey of ascension, more and more of your soul tribe is going to come to you and make themselves known. Oof. Channeling, uplifting humanity, again, bringing forth inspired messages, if that's how you prefer to fulfill your spiritual gifts here. But uplifting humanity is definitely the overall for all of us, light workers, light bringers, light warriors, whatever label you resonate with. But uplifting humanity is exactly why we're here. And this is why, again, as you let go of these things weighing you down, you uplift yourself. And that's exactly the very thing that is your responsibility here, is to release the shit weighing you down to uplift you, because as you uplift you, as you are uplifted, you are uplifting humanity. That is that ripple effect, that domino effect, that influence that we have here. So that's why it's so important, again, to be focusing on you writing yourself the happy journey, because then you are able to be an example to others. Teacher, priestess, a leader, be an example to others by being the example in your own life. By realizing that, I choose the experience that I'm having here. And even though, yes, you're going to go through this shadow space, you're going to go through this healing space, and it is excruciating at times. But as you're breaking that down and you finally reach that breakthrough point where you start to see again, I always have this vision in my mind of when the light breaks through, in this cartoon scene almost, it's just like this whole cartoon curtain kind of thing that opens up, and it's just so bright, you got to cover your eyes. And, we reach that point where it's like that aha moment, where it's finally, you're figuring this out. That was intriguing that's where that went all of a sudden. All of a sudden. But you are here to lead by example, guys. And when you have those times that you finally recognize that, oh, wait a minute, if I'm the one that is responsible for creating my happy journey, what is it that I desire? What is it that does make me happy? Do you have that list? Have you taken that time to, kind of dive into what exactly brings you joy, Goddess? I mean, imagine being that light in that manner, that you are literally just lit up because you're so filled with so much joy. I mean, I get it. I know what it is to be tired and drained and to feel so spent. I mean, when I first started my coaching business, I was off the charts. Of course, then I met my twin flame, and then we had all that traveling and all of that. But then this whole great awakening has started happening, and massive energetic influx and changes and this ascension journey. And it's been discombobulating, hasn't it? Yeah, we're finding our way. We're finding our way. And no matter what, we're on this journey. And so again, I am reiterating that you get to write yourself a happy journey. The only one who is creating a not so happy journey is you. Is you. And that was at the bottom. And you know what? I know this was just recently, it might have been in last week's Thankful to Thrive Thursday. But this here, it was a reason why, obviously, of course, a reason why that card comes up. Of course, in fact, I am actually feeling called. This is a rite of passage, dear Goddess, that you are undergoing here. All right? That as you have released, again, all of this heaviness that you were carrying, this batch of heaviness, we should say, and are coming into greater balance, recognizing this healing, you are going through all of this for a reason, right? And you're able to see this more and more for yourself. That's, like I said, what this space of peace and calm brings for you, is that greater clarity. Because things are calm, they're peaceful, right? And that means you can be too, calm and peaceful. So I'm intrigued. Let's read what the card says, because I know we weren't led to it in the last time it appeared. So, standing stones passage. As you walk, you come across large vertical stones standing in a circle in the center of the sacred forest. You know that to step inside this sacred ring is not to be undertaken lightly. It is an act of power. With solemn grace you enter. Immediately you feel a shift occur within you. It's as if the floodgates of your soul have opened and there is a download of cosmic information occurring within you. Which, again, that's where we are in this space of you up-leveling, of you releasing these things. Your vibration is raising. You are expanding, shifting, you're changing, you're, again, transforming. Many believe that standing stones are a place that allows one to embark on spiritual journeys from one realm to another. They can also mark the transition from one stage of life to another. Remember that although life changes, you are eternal. Celebrate all the transitions in life and you'll experience profound harmony. A voyage of the heart and soul is ahead. This journey may be spiritual or physical in nature. In either case, it is a kind of sacred pilgrimage. Have courage. A great ship can stay safe in the harbor, but that is not what great ships are made for. Be willing to unfurl your sails and set forth to the open seas. The seas might be rough and the wind is strong, but you are safe and protected. The circle of stones takes you exactly where you need to go. Since the earliest days of humanity, standing stones have been created as places of ceremony and as ways to honor the divine. Archaeologists have found some that date back to 4000 BCE. Neolithic people didn't have written language, yet their art and stone circles, sometimes oval or horseshoe shaped, suggest that they held religious rituals at these ceremonial meeting places. The spirit of the standing stones says, "A sacred journey is ahead. Deeper meaning is waiting to be discovered. You are safe." And oh my goodness, right now, the fact that I was just, again, I had been led to the happy ending and the clarification that it doesn't actually end, but you can consider an ending, the fulfillment of a manifestation, but it's a never-ending journey. So here you are again on a journey, and you have a journey that's ahead, goddess. A journey that you are creating now. You've let go of all of this. Now you've got all of this to room to create in. Right? You made all of this space when you let all of that shit go. So now it's time that you, again, write yourself a happy journey. Start really, truly writing out your vision. And this is all part of my Manifesting with Self-Love Power program, which I do mention in my Rise and Thrive Power Starter, which is the starter program, the introduction to my bigger program. And I mentioned it, I've offered it in different aspects. It's the same content, just brought forth in different outlets, different mediums, either as a short and fast boot camp over 2 to 3 months, or 6 to 12 months in a more longer, deeper dive, take it bit by bit, integrate, other aspects that support those things within this program through my mentorship group. And we, take that time to really clarify and dive into the information. So that's where I am with it now, is that power program. And that's exactly what we're doing, is reconnecting with the power in ourselves, right? Recognizing that you are creating your reality. But there's so many different facets that you've got to heal, mend, learn, hone, practice. There's so many things that must be utilized in order to really, truly anchor it in and align with and receive what you desire. Wow, that passage card, that really just, mercy, hit the spot. Like, that might just be, well, we shall see. I was gonna say, oh, there we go. Well, have courage. Find your brave, goddess, on this journey, right? Find your brave to allow yourself to have the vision that you desire. Allow yourself to have it. Begin to reprogram yourself that you can have it. That's the beauty of affirmations. Of course, combined with other practices, in particular meditation, right? In order to allow for it, plus EFT, tapping, which I'm getting back to finishing. It's still going to take some time. I have a tapping course that I started that integrates, obviously it's a self-love empowerment tapping course. So different facets for self-love empowerment. But all these different practices, in addition to, again, affirmations, reciting, writing, really aligning your beliefs with the reality you desire to be experiencing. And that's one thing that's going to take courage, is allowing yourself to rewrite those beliefs, to reframe those, to really begin telling yourself about your happy journey, rather than focusing on what may not be so happy about it. That's what the letting go of all this that you've let go. That's what this balance space is again, you finally getting to a place where you really have that clarity to see that, this is this, especially the time that I've got to focus on what it is that I do want. What does feel good for me, no matter how crazy or out there or wild it may sound. You've got to have a vision, goddess, and you've got to be excited about it. Look, 1141, love. That I can tell you right now. My Miss Cleopatra Davies time of transition, and it was all about focusing on the frequency of love. 1141, angel number 21, and then angel number 345. You know, step by step. You know, anytime any of these come up, it's taking it step by step. Let's actually explore and look up here what we have for 21, because I really love to hear marketing. I'm like, where are my angel numbers? Okay, 21. Huh. And that is one that I need to finish. Of course. 21 angel number, meaning. All right, which we have. You are on the verge of manifesting your desires on a large scale. You'll have a lot of luck and joy in your love life. And dear goddess, these are definitely coming through in this space for that reassurance of writing yourself a happy journey, right? What else do we have about 21? Anything? Angel twin flame reunion is angel number 21. There's a recent and upcoming inspired message from the Divine Masculine, a poem that will be published for Masculine Monday, and it's titled "Be There Soon." All right, a little sneak peek for you there. Be there soon. Yeah. So twin flame reunion. That's short and sweet on that one. That's all I have. 1141, as I said, is the love number. Be in the frequency of love. Again, as you're creating this happy journey, this vision for yourself, you're in this balanced space, and it being a little easier for you to focus on the better feeling vision, or to at least say, I need to, do something to get off this subject. Also, it's important that one thing you definitely do is you purge, you journal, you empty out what may be coming up, right? That's part of what you have just released. All of this here is these things that was coming up, these things that were coming up that you were holding on to rather than releasing. You were continuing to perpetuate the stories. So keep moving forward. That is definitely the vibe of this 1141. Believe in yourself. Align with your new life and beginnings. Cultivate love and confidence towards yourself. Oh, definitely 1141. See, again, being in the frequency of love. Angel number 345 says, embrace these necessary changes. As you are integrating the lessons from what you have just endured and overcome, and are in this place of peace and calm and Catching your breath, right? You are being guided through these important life choices. Trust the journey, the unfolding of your path. This is a number for freedom, and you are in a space of freedom, Goddess. You have freed yourself from, again, so much heaviness that you had been carrying so much baggage that you had been, bringing along on this journey. It's time to, let go of the baggage and, again, write yourself a happy journey, right? The twin flame union vision, if that's what you have. Because I know some, are at the space where no. And like I've said, if you cannot quite get into that flow state of allowing a vision that you want, but you have layers, you have blocks in that way, you need to first of all allow yourself to see those blocks as you purge, as you clear, and then you can get off the subject. Go read a book, watch a movie, or, whatever, but do that work and then allow for that restoration time. Allow for your brain to just not think about it. Allow for yourself to have that break, okay? And that was a lot of what, again, you just went through, was to teach you. Just one of the many things that it was to teach you was to show you that you have all of this that's just sucking all this energy and throwing your life completely out of balance, and it's excruciating, it's painful, and most often you are not being your best friend during that, right? Because you do not feel good and you beat yourself up. This is why you're not feeling good, is because you're not being your own best friend. You're not grounding yourself and allowing yourself to receive that support. And you're holding on to that old shit, that old version of you. Well, what you just went through was that more a deeper learning experience, learning opportunity for you to be able to see that, wow, that was pretty heavy and dark and excruciating, but you know what? I fucking made it through. And right now, yeah, it doesn't feel so bad. And, maybe in fact, like we were recently all being asked to, focus on the little things. Like we were talking about our nails, right? And it's like how much I love my current style of nails. Like I've already told her we're doing this exact one again because I love it so much, right? But to focus on all of those little things that feel good like that, right? To write yourself a happy journey. That's how it's going to be a happy journey, is when you can focus on even the littlest things that bring you joy, that inspire you to feel good. Because guess what? That is the very thing that is going to put you in that state of feeling good, especially after such not feeling good, right? Right? And as this happens, as this awareness expands, this consciousness expands, and it imprints itself all the more on your knowing, your conscious knowing that this too shall pass, this is temporary, that I am the catalyst, that I have the power, and I actually do get to create for myself a happy journey. That I'm going to actually do that more, be more intentional, right? That said, dear Goddess, that is our message for this Super Sign Sunday. Definitely and definitely and definitely for sure. But continue to savor this peace and this calm space. Like I said, it's all right if you have the residuals, the little pocket meltdowns here and there. It's okay. There's a lot clearing, a lot releasing. Even though you've just released a lot, but there's still going to be, right? It's not like you've got every speck of dust. It's like when you're raking leaves, right? There's always a few stragglers, isn't there? Right? So that is it for this Super Sign Sunday. For those of you who may be new to my channel, again, come join the Goddess Tribe. It is a free group on Telegram where it's goddesses supporting goddesses. I am also about to be launching a perpetual giveaway as part of my self-love empowerment challenge, my 7-day self-love empowerment challenge. So stay tuned for those details. Very excited about that. And for those who are actually looking for, you know, the deeper support as needed to really create those lasting changes in yourself and thus in your life and your journey, your connection, I am here for you. I do have some one-on-one spaces in addition to group spaces. So be sure to check those out. You can actually see any of those, be directed to any of that information at empowermentexperiences.com. There are some links also down in the description. Yeah. Again, Goddess, you're the catalyst. The power is in your hands because it's always been inside you. Namaste.